Hi, I'm Erica Harris of LifeBlazing.com. Via Skype, Danielle LaPorte of WhiteHotTruth.com is with me. And Danielle is a pyromaniac among entrepreneurs. She's been starting creative fires all over the place. And the truth is, when you read and hear her, you will burn. But I mean that in the best possible way. Danielle is an inspirational speaker, business strategist, and today we're together to talk about her super exciting launch of her second, well, this is her second book, her first digital book. It's called The FireStarter Sessions. Check out this hot subtitle. Oh, I'm sorry, yes?
No, I'm just saying yes, yes.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Keep
yeah, I
going.
feel it.
Yeah.
The subtitle, Spark Your Genius, Ignite Your Business, Make It Matter.
Amen.
So it can be pre-ordered starting today, April 7th, and then it'll be available for worldwide release May 12th. All right, so to begin, Danielle, I'm thinking about one of your blog posts at whitehottruth.com. It's one of my favorites, and it's titled, A Little Invocation Goes a Long Way. And in it, you said that all communication begins with intention. And I so emphatically agree with that. So I was wondering if I could invite you to open our interview with an invocation.
Oh. Okay. The invocation would be this. That everything is progress, that every moment matters, that we are all connected, and when you stand, may we stand on our own and give generously of who we truly are.
Beautiful and profound.
That's a
Thank
great
you.
way to start.
See, exactly. And that's the thing. Like that kind of spiritual and philosophical depth is what drew me to your, to your work quite a while ago. And it's what really like sets you apart, I believe, in the world of online business. So I'm really grateful for that aspect of you and your giving. Thank you.
Thank you.
So now let's talk about this digital experience for entrepreneurs.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start with a two-part question.
Okay.
All right. So how to decide on an independently distributed, multi-format approach, and then what are your thoughts, or what are you perceiving about the future of publishing?
Oh, that's a big question. It's a great question. Okay, when I did my first book, I got a conventional deal. I had a really powerful agent, and we got a great publishing contract with a Shishi house, and and it was beautiful, and it was dreamier than I ever knew it was, and it was a slog at the same time. So when it was clear that I wanted to do the Firestarter sessions, I did a list of pros and cons, and it went like this. I'll give it to you in a nutshell. If I go get a conventional deal, I'm going to give 10 to 15% of a cut to an agent to get me what will probably be a shitty advance, because the book industry has had such a hard time in the last 18, 24 months. To get me a deal with a publishing house that is not going to give me full creative control, even though they might say they're going to give me full creative control. They're not. It's a fallacy. On a book that is not going to come out for 2 to 3 years, which I will not own the copyright to, which I will probably make a royalty of about $1.87 on.
Wow.
And maybe I get $30,000, maybe I get a $100,000 book advance, but I shave off some for the agent, then taxes, and then I get paid that advance in 3 installments over 3 years.
Wow.
It was not sounding very good.
No, not at all.
That's the reality of it. Now, what I would give up with not having a publisher's distribution and someone who has the clout to call the Today Show and Oprah. So I was very much aware of that. Okay, juxtaposed with digital, multimedia, sensual experience, be able to talk to people, to convey, and written, design the way I want it designed.
Yes.
As soon as I want it to, as soon as I can humanly produce it. So really, I just made the decision to just do the Firestarter sessions first about 6 weeks ago, and I'm going to talk about that in the program, about how you can actually accomplish something like that so quickly. And I'm going to do it on my own terms, and I'll probably make enough for a down payment on the house in the first month.
Awesome.
So, duh. Why not?
Yeah. when you put it like that, yeah, duh, is right on. Now, the last part of the digital book's subtitle is Make It Matter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
you share some ways entrepreneurs can bring together meaningfulness and money?
Yeah. Oh, you are so sparky and juicy.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. There's a couple things. One, you're going to create a business based on who you really are. This is about your genuine self. This is about what you desire. This is who you were when you were a kid. This is who you want to be when no one's looking. This is who you admire. This is business on your own terms. So it's not a given, but that's the first part. Integrity, authenticity. Semicolon. Give it away. Be generous. Create something that's going to make a difference in the world. The present matters. The future hangs on this. Why not? To whom much is given, much is expected, much is available. Culturally, most of us in the Western Hemisphere are rich in comparison to what is going on in other parts of the world. We have, you can tie the 1% to the planet. That's an actual organization. Go 1% for the planet. Yeah. I think it's .org, might be .com. You won't miss it. You can give 5% away of everything you do. You can mentor. You can volunteer. And certainly in the beginning of creating a service or a product, it just makes sense to give it away, to actually create kind of a laboratory for yourself and test what you're doing. When I started my second last business, and I had a consulting process that I created, we did 150 of those for free before we ever even charged. And that allowed me to see what questions are most evocative and to see that it was working. So you can give because you can, give because it feels good, give because I said so.
I love it. It reminds me of, I think Andrea Lee has this idea about pink spoon marketing, like give a taste. And I've experienced you to be very generous with your goods, so it works, that's for sure. But like one thing, and I'm in a conundrum about how you were able to do this. You took, we talked about the spiritual and the philosophical depth, and you made it succulent. I mean, that's not most people, their mouths don't water about things like self-realization, philosophy, mysticism, inner life, all this kind of thing, and these are things so near and dear to my heart, but I have not figured out how to crack the code at sharing it in a way that also correlates to transaction, to money.
Yeah. Okay, I think there's two things in there. I think what makes stuff succulent and magnetic is authenticity. You have to tell your own story and the dimensions of your own story. Yeah. I did this, I failed, and this is how I felt about that failure. And this is how I was responsible for that failure. Yeah. I did this and I succeeded. And this is how I felt about succeeding. And this is how I created that success. So it's a responsibility and it's a sharing. And that's magnetic and creates resonance.